So in this video, I'm going to go into more detail about the flow of using the tool. First off, top right, you can get to the written documentation, and we can use this button here to show the helpers section, which is pretty self-explanatory, but quick access to view modes, tools, and commands. We can use the button again to hide it. Now, step one, we can decide to either check the whole current level, or we can use this tab to check selected actors. So I can pick a couple of assets in here, and you'll see that it updates. This check selected actors is primarily for if you want to look into a specific area of your level, or if you find that you have so many assets in your level as a whole that it's causing long loading times. You could use this instead. You'll notice here that it says level instances cannot be checked unless they are currently open, and I'll talk about that a little bit later on. So then we move to step two, which is basically picking what you want to look into. Three options here: health check, optimizations, and bugs. Now, optimization and bugs, you'll notice, are very similar. They are individual checks into different areas. Now, you'll notice these buttons have editable elements to them. So for example, mobility mode, we can change to stationary, static, movable. These little checkboxes you can enable and disable to change the search parameters that we're looking for. Unless you know exactly what you're looking for, I would generally suggest starting with the health check. Now, the health check is an overview of problems. It's a summary of these without having to run them individually. Step three is the same across all three of these tabs, but basically we are choosing what actor we want to look into. So for my example here, I'm going to use the whole level health check on static meshes, and I'm going to run. You'll see the list fills in. Pretty self-explanatory. Potential optimizations in the top, potential bugs in the bottom, and that is basically the searches from within these. You can see the count alongside a short description of what the problem could be. Nanite disabled, missing meshes, missing materials. So we also have the level actors tab. If I click on this, this is a list of all the actors in the level and the number of times they used. So at the top here, you can see the total amount of relevant actors, and so in this case, static meshes, because we're on the static meshes one. And then in descending numerical order, you can see the asset and then the number of times used. I thought this was useful because you could, for example, knowing your own project, see, oh, the static mesh quarter cylinder is a very expensive asset that I have, and it seems to be used a lot of times. So maybe I should look into that. We can quick navigate to the actors in the content browser using the little magnifying glasses. But if we go back to the potential issues, like I said, we have the total and then what it is. If you use the magnifying glass next to these, it will take you to the individual search. And again, this is just the search under the categories here. So step four is the last step, and we basically need to review the actors, and then you need to decide what you can do with the information provided. So summary at the top here, we have all instances and unique assets only. Now this unique actors only, if we click on that, will show a much more drilled down list of the issues. This is good because realistically, you can see it's actually just one actor is actually probably most of this 3,000 odd errors. We can use the open button here to directly open the actor, and then you can go in and fix the problem. Going back to the all instances, so a lot of issues were found here. So I create a page system so that we can more manageably view things and we don't have to wait ages for loading. We can also select all the actors as a whole, or we can select all the actors on this page. And if I move this to the side, we can actually use this select button on each row to go to that specific actor. So you can see this warning icon here. Level contains level instances. So what this means is that when we run these searches, they will only search persistent. Basically, this is just letting you know that the tool can't check inside level instances unless they're open. So if I search for skeletal meshes with no animations applied, you'll see I have 18 in the entire level. So that is not counting these guys here in the level instances. However, if I click on a level instance and I do Control and E, it will open up that level instance, and then I can run these checks on here. So if I run that again, you will now see that I've only got 4 problems here. So this allows us to break things down into more manageable chunks again. And I will show you another example for that. So if I run the health check for skeletal meshes, you'll see I only have 4. This list is a lot cleaner. So there are less bugs in general on this level. Now if I exit out this level instance and I run the health check again, you'll see I have a lot more issues that I could do with looking into. So this is the basic flow of how to use the tool and the main functionality, and I hope you find it useful.